We're seeing a lot of tourism is based on wellness and things like that. I'm seeing a very big trend to this. It's not just a charter anymore. It's going towards, you're seeing a lot of people are going towards the wellness route. So we're trying to work on that even more to offer more like a package of, having a dietitian on board, a masseur, this yoga, all of these things. So definitely seeing a trend right now that wellness is probably one of the biggest trends that is happening right now.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Reframe First. I'm Alexei, host of the podcast. Let me welcome our today's guest, Barbara Gabriel, founder and CEO at FX Yachting. Hi Barbara, great having you here.
Thank you for having me and hosting me.
Yeah, thanks for joining. So, from what I learned, like FX Yachting is about luxury, fully crewed, all-inclusive yachts and catamaran charters with like quite a large fleet of 60 plus yachts, and like you provide like fully managed experience on one hand for the travelers, but you also provide you also serve yacht owners by managing. So it's some kind of like marketplace if you look at that. Could you tell us more about the business and
Sure.
what it?
So we're a business based. Basically, we specialized. I came to a point that I specialized that I wanted to do crude catamaran charters. I think the catamaran is an upcoming boat that is gaining a lot of traction, and you're seeing now that there are power yachts, power catamarans, and sailing catamarans. So we specialized in this, and we started in 2008 with our first catamaran, and now we're up to 62 crude catamarans. And so what we offered is very bespoke travel luxury yacht charters. And so every client has a different idea of what they want as a charter, and we try to tailor make their vacation, from their menu to where they want to go, to their experiences. If they want to do something like a wellness on board or something else, we try to tailor make their holidays. So it's not like a package tour. It's very tailor made.
Okay, so it immediately opens up a lot of discussion. So yeah, let's start with travelers probably. So from what I've seen, like what we read, you providing all like the full package of experiences. So it's yacht, it's a crew, and visiting marines and restaurants, transfers, activities, provisioning, weather, itineraries, whatever. So
Everything.
how hard is it to like combine this kind of package for each traveler?
Well, we have a whole operations department that handles all of the bespoke things. So when a client books with us, we start with a preference sheet, so we know exactly what they want from their holiday. So if they want to do history, or if they want to do water sports, or if they want to do shopping or partying, we sort of know what they want from the beginning, from their preference sheet. We know what they eat and what they don't eat. And then we try to design an itinerary around that. Of course, everything is weather dependent. So this is one of our problems, is that, if they want to do a party and they want to go to Mykonos, well, it's not always possible to go to Mykonos due to the weather conditions sometimes of the months of the year.
Yeah, I see. Makes sense. And so how many bookings, like if it's not like secret information, do you have like
No. So we do about 750 bookings per year. We also have boats based in the Caribbean. We have boats also based not only in Greece, in Palma, and we did base boats in Egypt, but now it's another problem with the war that has broken out, that people feel unsafe to travel to the Middle East. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, understandable. And yeah, and probably you have some. Is there a seasonality in your region? If
Yes.
probably there should be.
Yes. So Greece is, I mean, our season starts, for example, from April until the end of October. In Palma, the season is a bit longer because of the weather conditions. Caribbean is the winter destination. And well, Egypt was an all year destination, but that's on hold for a bit.
Okay, and how do you deal with seasonality? Does it affect you hard? Because like recently I had a conversation with a travel company from Norway, and their season is summer season plus a bit of Christmas. You know, the rest of the time it's just completely downtime. How does it
Yeah.
work?
Well, no, the boats in the winter, I mean, for Greece and most of the Med it's just too cold. The islands are, you know, the restaurants are closed. The activities on the different islands are basically not open. So it's not very interesting to clients to come and charter a boat, for example, in the Med during the winter. Uh,
So yeah, so they just stay there. So-
Yeah. Well, it either stays there or we take them across to the Caribbean or shift them.
oh,
Like we do shift the boats. So we've got boats that do the summer season here, then we shift them to the Caribbean for the winter, shift them back for the summer.
oh, so there is a good way to manage seasonality. It's like in
Yeah.
your case, if
Yes.
yeah,
So
it's
it,
not.
it, yeah, it all depends on the owner because the costs keep going up every year to ship the boats to the Caribbean. It also depends on fuel costs and things like that. So it needs to make sense, or the owner would want to do a few weeks in the Caribbean that, that will ship the boat down there.
Yeah, I see. With regards to the owners, like how much does it make sense to own a boat and to rent it through a platform?
It all depends. So if they want it just for professional use, usually they get a 8 to 9% return on investment. If they are using the boat, then it's basically using their summer house. It's the same mentality. So, if you have a summer house and you're renting it out, of course, then it's just like your income is less, but you're enjoying your boat. So usually
Uh,
for a boat to break even in its expenses, it usually needs about 10 weeks of charter. So that covers the expenses of the boat, your crew, all your maintenance expenses and things like that. Anything above that is like a profit to the owner. So
And do you provide the crew, or is it like owners?
yes. No, we provide the crew. I mean, there are some owners that want to have a say in their crew. So we will vet the crews first and then send them like five captains to choose from, four different chefs and things like that. Some of them don't want to be involved at all.
Yeah, they just give it away and
Yeah. Surprise me.
surprise me. Yeah, with regards to this model being a marketplace, like marketplace is always some kind of chicken and egg problem. So you do not have buyers until you have sellers, and vice versa. So how hard is it to scale like your business? How hard is it to onboard new yachts and at the same time like grow
The yacht sales are a funny thing. So right after COVID, for example, and during COVID, the yacht sales had gone through the roof. Everybody wanted a yacht. They felt safe to have a yacht that they could move, that they could. It was like something that wasn't on land. After that, the yacht sales dropped. We saw that there was a drop in the sales of yachts. But then, of course, there's owners that have gotten used to this, and so I mean, they're either going for bigger yachts or newer yachts. So and they'll recommend somebody else. But yeah, basically like this way. I mean, I've never had a problem getting yachts. I'm at a point of saying no to yachts.
And do you see the trends that like travel like guests from US like afraid to come over to Europe because like I've heard like a few times already that like they're not really easily coming over to Europe.
Now, with the last 10 days, yes, I'm seeing it. Before, no.
Before.
No, I was not seeing that. And like our clients are getting much younger. We have this, Gen Z that is, they have made money, that they are more adventurous than, the older generation.
Mhm.
So I think they're more adventurous, to
Adventurous.
say. Yes. They're not so affected, but your older clients, yes, definitely. You see,
And
they're
and
more
what
worried.
and what's the usual demographics like? What is like the age split?
The age groups, oh, I get from really, really old to extremely young. I mean, I've had clients that were paying close to 100,000 euros and they were like 25-year-olds. So, tech savvy kids.
Yeah, and how are they different in terms of like travel expectations?
Um, hmm. I think the younger generation is more demanding
The-
than the older generation. I'm finding it's easier to please the older generation, the younger generation, because they've seen more, or it's. I think it's a lot different because the older generation has gathered their money to do this when they're retired. Okay, so it's like one of their bucket list dreams. Whereas the younger generation, I mean, they've got it easy, and you'll see in the bookings too. The older generation will start planning their holiday a year in advance.
yeah,
The younger generation will be sitting at a bar and like, do you want to go on a holiday next week? So because everything is so tech savvy right now that they can do this just sitting at a bar, let's book, sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
And you're seeing that this is the trend right now, depending on the demographic group of, if they're older or younger, you're seeing that's how the bookings are going too.
yeah. But you
So,
you also need to be like to react faster, way faster with them, because they will not like wait three
oh, no,
days
no, no.
for the itinerary.
It will definitely not.
In 3 days, I will forget who you are. So,
Exactly.
yeah. What do you do about it? So your team needs to move
I
faster.
have I have a lot of staff. I have a really good team. So I mean, we've got girls that are working the night shifts because if we're getting the requests from the states, we have girls working. So we have different shifts so that we make sure that we answer quite on time.
Yeah, and with regards to like newer trends with AI, with AI agent stuff, did you start? Does it make sense for your business because it's really deeply personal? But still, everybody's like every business owner, every investor is like talking about efficiencies, like optimizing,
Sure. I
automating.
mean, we're all using AI right now. I mean, it's
Yeah,
so much easier to answer something. You put it in AI, and I mean, anyone who says to me that they don't use AI is in business is lying. Okay, we all use it.
yeah, makes sense. Are you streamlining this kind of stuff in your company? Like, are you putting some processes around, like automating all these steps? You could
Automating,
You even
not yet.
have like you could have an AI agent who responds to the client first before you jump in to stuff.
Yeah, the thing is still is putting the parameters. So because this is really bespoke, we don't have, let's say, the departure is a fixed date, like an airline. Okay, that's leaving on Monday or Tuesday at this time. So everything, or leaving from one particular place. Always we have to look at every request and sort of say, okay, have 2 days to get the boat there. So this is putting the parameters in there yet. Um, I don't think I have that yet.
Okay, you'll get there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure.
everybody is moving there for sure. Like what else do you see in terms of market like shifts, or maybe you see something so that the rest of the market is not seeing yet?
We're seeing a lot of tourism is based on wellness and things
Um,
like that. I'm seeing a very big trend to this. It's not just a charter anymore. It's going towards, you're seeing a lot of people are going towards the wellness route. So we're trying to to work on that even more, to offer more like a package of, having a dietitian on board, a
Yoga.
masseur, this yoga, all of these things. So definitely seeing a trend right now that wellness is probably one of the biggest trends that is happening right now.
And do people tend to like get off board, or is it just like visiting marines restaurants? Or
Oh,
do people want some localized like
they they never get off.
they never get off? Okay.
Well, no, they do. I mean, they'll go into town, but basically, I mean, the boats
I paid
have.
for this yacht.
Well,
So,
no. I mean, they'll eat better on the yacht because we've got chefs on board. Okay, and instead of going to a restaurant where you have to wait, or what you'll get served, or the quality of the food, you will see that unless they've got a very specific restaurant in mind, they'll go maybe once and eat off the yacht. Um, They'll usually 99% eat on the yacht. Then you've got all the water toys on board. We've got sea bobs, paddle boards, e-foils, snorkeling, all of this. So there's things to keep them busy, and you see that it takes up a lot of their time. And they only go off to go into town to do some shopping or to see a site, and then they're back. It's one of our things that we keep discussing with the crew. How can we get the clients off for a couple of hours so that the crew can decompress a bit? Because they're living on a boat 24 hours a day with a client.
Yeah.
It's very different. You're in a small space. It's not like a hotel. It's on a boat.
Yeah. I can. I never thought from that perspective, but I can imagine how hard it is for the crew. And usually the tour takes like what 7-10 days.
7-10 days around there. Yeah,
Okay.
usually.
So yeah, it's pretty packed for.
Yeah,
Okay, and they have no reason to get
and
it.
every day they want to be somewhere else, and they want to be in a different bay. So I mean, they're always on the move. It's not like, okay, let's sit in a bay for a week. It's every day a different location, and so
And
yeah.
yeah, and how do you manage this like like challenges that they get? Like I don't know, damaged finger, whatever.
Which
Like damaged
oh,
finger, whatever. So there is
when you
also
have
something that happens,
sure,
And
okay,
since you're on the yacht, you're far from the shore.
okay, so, yes, okay. It's so. One of the challenges that we face is crew leaving sometimes. Okay, like the boat comes back on a Saturday, it goes out on a Sunday, 24 hours later. So we need to find a replacement for one of the crew members that either had an accident, has decided to quit. Um, so I've got a crew manager that handles all of that. We've always got standby people. Then when an accident happens with the clients, well, we're on top of it. I mean, we're there, we're supporting. If we have to send a helicopter, if we have to send a speedboat, or uh, I've had a lot of things, different things happen.
I'm always forgetting that it's luxury yacht.
Yeah. So
It's another level of solving problems.
yeah. So no, we solve it this way. I mean, always in conjunction with the office, but we're always there. Our phones never go off. They're on 24 hours a day. The summer is grueling for us, but okay. Making people dream though, and making their holidays unforgettable for me is my biggest reward.
Yeah. I can imagine that. Like with regards to like still market trends, did you see any change in like acquisition channels? Because like my personal company, we've experienced like changed in Google algorithms. How have that like
Yeah. Well, I
like
think
in traffic behaviors
sure. I think clients are now more they search before they would find a nice website and say, oh, okay, this looks good and I'll book this. Well, now they're going and they're looking at your reviews. They're looking at your social media. They investigate because I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I've purchased things on the internet, and never got them, and it was a scam. So you're seeing that if you don't make the client feel at ease, and that you are somebody that really exists, and that there is people behind there, this is a thing that I'm seeing, that, once we started getting our clients to fill in a Google review, things went much differently. People want to read, people want to see. So yes, definitely.
It's very easy nowadays for them. So you just ask your AI assistant and you get all the information. So
Yeah,
you just search, because the generation got used to to searching everything. So
yeah.
and
So
yeah, please.
yeah. So this is uh, like I said, all of this. I mean, we are now a digital marketing, thing. If you don't have a digital presence, years ago it didn't work like this. Now you need to have a digital presence.
Yeah, we've seen you have some YouTube channel with like, yes, yacht related content. Like, what else do you do in terms of presence in social media?
So, okay, but I mean, we're on all the social media channels, but we have found that putting a face to, I mean, it's nice to look at pictures of pretty yachts, but they want to also see the people behind. They want to see the crews. So we have now done more interactive in social media, getting crews to interview. I'm talking on social media. Girls from my office are introducing boats. We're seeing that the more you are presenting this at a more personalized level rather than just pretty pictures, you get a much better response back.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you ask your clients to like generate some reviews, some
Sure.
video blogs, whatever? Because like
Sure.
people do tends to trust other people, not the company itself.
Yeah. Well, the problem is a lot of clients, I mean, I don't know, holidays are kind of precious. So, like I said, I put them to put in a Google review, but I mean, nobody sort of wants to show their family on holidays. Those are very personal moments.
Yeah,
So, uh, I mean, if they want to share a picture with us, yes. I mean, it's something that we always tell our crew, you cannot upload any content, or send it to us of a client. The client has to tag us, because that's the correct way.
yeah,
So, this is, excuse me, this is always causing, we have to be careful of people's privacy.
yeah. Yeah, because it's privacy, especially luxury segments. So
You'd be surprised, it's, that they're living on a boat. You're living in their house with them, you know,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And with regards to like the future, like what you're betting on and what you're building right now?
what am I waiting on? Peace.
Uh,
Peace. This is
oh,
so always there's something that just seems to come up every single year, and it's just learning to adapt to each thing that happens in a very quick manner, or restructuring, or things like this. And this is why I always say to an owner, it's better on a boat than a villa, because you can always move it.
yeah,
If something is happening somewhere, you can always station your boat somewhere else and operate it somewhere else in the world.
yeah, absolutely. And it also helps you with seasonality. You cannot move a hotel, you know.
No, no.
So,
But you can move a boat business, which
yeah,
is, what makes it attractive.
yeah, absolutely. Awesome, awesome. What prevents you like from growing? Like, what's the biggest obstacle to grow further?
My age.
Enthusiasm. I feel it, you know.
No, okay. Just joking. Okay. That does play a role. I mean, I've been doing this business for over 35 years.
Okay.
Um, so it's a long time. At some point, I would like to retire. But I'm still going strong, and and I like what I do, which I think this is important in any business. You've got to like what you do. You have to love it.
Yeah.
And every business has their ups and downs, and bad days and good days. But if you love it, then it's okay. You can continue to grow.
And it's a good new business to love, actually.
Yeah, it is. I do love my business. I tried once many years ago. I said, "Oh, I can't do this anymore. It's just too grueling." But I was back after 3 months. It's a bit of a drug. It's a bit of a drug.
but
So,
yeah, but besides the age, like, what is that? What is harder to grow, the buyer
well,
or the other side?
I think one of the biggest challenges that we are facing slowly is the automated. We have a lot of new platforms that have come out that are um, very generic. Okay, and so as our clientele changes, I'm not sure if this bespoke travel will end up surviving, sort of thing. Um, I think this is a challenge. People, it's the way that the younger generation books. I don't know if this trend will start changing, and they'll just be more generic in their bookings. So this is definitely a problem that I foresee in the future. Um, and this is something, that we will see sort of how it goes.
You mean like competition with like bigger generic platforms that like
Yes, exactly.
provide everything?
Generic platforms, where they promise the sun, the moon, and the stars, and basically they're not offering the same service. But it's very hard to convey this if they're just not talking to somebody, if it's all generic
Yeah,
oriented.
yeah, and if it's online and you cannot differ.
Exactly.
Everybody has nice pictures of yachts.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I hear that a lot from like niche businesses that this is a danger for a niche business, the global platforms. And like how do you deal with it in your case?
Well, no, how do we deal with it? Still, we don't have a problem, but it's something that's coming for sure.
Yeah,
Um, we are still trying to keep a niche in this business. So, I mean, there is the generic, but as the boats are getting bigger and more expensive, we still have the clients that are still don't want the generic.
yeah.
But you just have to keep getting bigger boats and offering more, and things like that, and not making it such a packaged thing. Making it more bespoke. I think that's the only way that we can deal with it at the
And you're
moment.
also doing a lot of like individual stuff, so it's really like individual approach, personalized
Yeah,
approach. Like
yeah.
I'm also hearing a lot about shift towards like travelers want like to get personalized human approach. This is something you can compete like with
Of course.
generic. Like this is your differentiator because you're doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Generic platform cannot do that.
No, it can't. It will probably eventually, but not at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, it does not sound promising.
I'm hopefully won't be around then. But technology is moving really fast.
Yeah, they are.
It's moving at the speed of light. So
Yeah,
who
it's a
knows?
strange world nowadays with technologies moving at the speed of light, as you say, and at the same time, you got all these wars and stuff. So and you just cannot understand what's happening, what's next.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows what's next.
Yeah,
We just hope for a better future.
yeah, yeah, we do. Awesome. That was really great discussion. Before we wrap it up, do you have anything you would like to add on top of what we discussed?
Holidays. It's such everybody needs a reboot. So I think holidays are important, and I think we need to enjoy life.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to forget, not to forget about that, because
Exactly.
you bear it with work and like you just dive out. Like it's another year past. So,
We need
yeah.
to learn to turn off our electronic equipment and just go silent for a bit
On a yacht.
on a yacht. I have a lot of parents that say, "Don't tell the kids there's internet on board. Don't tell the kids there's internet," because they want their kids to get off off their phones.
Then that makes sense. Awesome. Thanks a lot, Barbara, for coming. And it's really interesting conversation about yacht business as a
Thank
whole.
you.
And good luck. Good luck to you with the best of luck with everything you're trying to accomplish.
Oh, I hope to see you in Greece on one of our boats. Whenever
Awesome.
whenever you're in our neighborhood, give me a call.
I have an idea to go to Greece with friends in
Okay.
summer season. We'll see. We'll see.
All right.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks
All
a lot,
right.
and have a great time.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.